Ever heard of the sentence, high thinking, low living? Old money individuals often exhibit this trait, particularly when selecting vehicles. Their preference emphasizes craftsmanship, comfort, and longevity over flashy appearances. Their cars may lack shine, but are cherished for their enduring comfort. That's why it's common to see an old money car passed down through generations, embodying these enduring principles. On Old Money Aesthetic today, we'll be looking at 10 elite old money cars with automotive superiority from a bygone era. So, whether you're a car enthusiast or just appreciate the finer things in life, stay tuned to explore the world of these exquisite automobiles that have long been favored by those with a taste for finer things. Number 10. The 1962 Oldsmobile Starfire convertible. While the Oldsmobile is now discontinued, it enjoyed its time, especially in the late middle of the 20th century. This was a time where GM controlled half of the US market, and there was hardly any competition. It also isn't surprising for the old money to have an affinity for a car brand that speaks luxury and similarity. The 1962 Oldsmobile Starfire convertible was the new gold for General Motors when it was initially released in 1960. It didn't take a while before it became the brand's top-selling car. Its open top and sleek and shiny body were an attractive look for the old money. GM did quite good work with the interiors of the car and made it have a very distinct look from the previously released Oldsmobile vehicles. Remember how the old money loves uniqueness and class? Well, the 1962 Oldsmobile Starkville convertible perfectly fitted into that group. Number 9. Bugatti. The Bugatti car brand started producing cars since 1909 and still produces astonishing cars to this day. Bugatti has a reputation for producing one of the most luxurious and expensive cars in the world, and, of course, they're a lover of limited editions. It goes to show how old money would value the rarity and exclusivity of this French car brand. Owning a Bugatti car was a symbol of wealth and opulence, and their price tag fit their many attributes. In 1938, Bugatti Type 57 Atlantic was a unique design by Jean Bugatti, the founder's son. It was produced between 1939 and 1940 and was a go-to for wealthy Europeans who loved it for its class and performance. John Bugatti only ever produced 710 of these models. How rare can that even get? Ralph Lauren currently owns the last of these models to be produced. Not only is the Bugatti Type 57 known as a style icon, but also one of the world's most valuable cars, and to this day it still functions, running for more than 80 years since its inception. Number 8. Rolls-Royce. What other car brand screams old money like Rolls-Royce? The British luxury car brand has always been immersed in luxury and has always been associated with old money from the start. Rolls-Royce has been producing vehicles since the early 1900s. Just as old money folks are known for their attention to detail and preference for authenticity, Rolls-Royce epitomizes these qualities in its car models. The price tag corresponds to the meticulously crafted components, especially the hand-stitched leather seats, top-notch technology, and comfort. Owning a Rolls-Royce meant that one had good taste and was a symbol of status. The Silver Cloud and the Phantom are classic models commonly associated with old money. The 1949 Rolls-Royce Dawn Drophead is a good example of a model that speaks old money. This model was sold after the war in a bid to heighten luxury and reintroduce the comfortability it has always been known for, despite unique features like missing seatbelts and engine hitches. From its conception, they were tagged as affordable luxury vehicles and could be customizable. Its most popular color was the Silver Dawn variant, and only 760 pieces of it were ever produced. Number 7. Jaguar. It's not just about the fancy brand name or high-end price that makes a car part of the exclusive old money class. Its sense of refinement and elegance are also important determinants. These special cars aren't just for getting around, they're like artistic masterpieces that show off the owner's taste and status. That's why the Jaguar E-Type absolutely has to be on a list of such cars. This car has a fascinating history, and even now, it's still setting records. It can zoom up to 150 miles per hour and has a super sleek design that's hard to beat. The Jaguar E-Type's legendary status continues today, holding the record as the longest-lasting Jaguar model. In fact, the future Jaguars are inspired by this timeless classic. You can see the resemblance in the shape and even how they work inside. Enzo Ferrari himself once said, "It's the most beautiful car in the world," and honestly, who can argue with that? Number 6. Jeep. Jeep cars have been around since 1941 and are incredibly popular among the old money crowd, especially in the US. These vehicles have a rich history, spanning over 70 years. Known for their legendary utility, they are an American car brand that specializes in off-road vehicles, making them a top-notch choice for long journeys across rugged terrain. If you're thinking of taking a drive through the woods or navigating dusty roads, a Jeep is the perfect companion. It's especially great for well-to-do families looking to escape to the countryside or their secluded cottage, far from the hustle and bustle of the city. What sets Jeep apart is not only its durability for tough conditions, but also its ease of repair and ability to retain value over time. So, whether you're a history buff or an outdoor enthusiast, or just someone who values a reliable and sturdy ride, a Jeep could be the ideal choice for your adventures. Number 5. Range Rovers. The royal family has quite a few Range Rovers, probably because they're British made and very comfortable. These cars are all about luxury and high quality, which is why the royals love them. The late Queen Elizabeth was a big fan and enjoyed being chauffeured around in these luxury vehicles. The cool thing is that these cars can handle off-road adventures as well as fancy events. Imagine cruising through a desert one moment and then showing up at a fancy party in the same car in the next. The royal family especially liked the Range Rover L322 model. In 2021, she showed up at the Royal Windsor Horse Show with it, and almost a year later, she used the same car for her Platinum Jubilee celebration. But let's talk about the OG, the 1948 Land Rover Range Rover. The newer models aren't as cool looking as the original. Back then, the design came from the Wilkes brothers, who got inspired by the World War II Willys Jeep. Since steel was hard to find, they made it with aluminium and put the steering wheel in the middle. Number 4. Ferrari. Is there actually any Ferrari car that you can drive that doesn't match your old money aesthetic? This Italian car brand is best known for its powerful sports cars and is made for top speed driving. These cars are the embodiment of luxury and are known as a collector's best items. Thanks to its style and speed, the Ferrari doesn't come cheap. The sleek Ferrari 250 GTO is one of the most popular classic cars since time immemorial, and it has maintained its name for a good reason. This unique Ferrari model is so different from other models thanks to its modernized design and exorbitant price tag. At its conception, the Ferrari 250 GTO didn't have an official name, so it was unofficially called 11 Mostro the Monster because of its odd design. Since its launch in the 1960s, this classic sports car has continued to live on. Number 3. Cadillac Eldorado. Spanning over 12 generations, the Cadillac Eldorado is a classic brand manufactured and marketed from 1952 until 2002. It's not only a classic, but also a prestigious and legendary car that has meant so much for the owner's generations back. This American car model screams luxury so much that it's almost deafening. Its distinct look makes it the best car for the American patriot. The Cadillac company also made sure to include comfortability, convenience, and performance in its menu when producing the Cadillac Eldorado. Its owners were able to enjoy standard or extra functions, depending on the generation that they owned it. The very first Eldorado cars were made in 1953, and there were only 532 of them. Then, from 1954 to 1956, the second generation came along, and that's when they introduced the Eldorado Seville, which was a special version of the car. Number 2. Aston Martin. This fancy British car brand is all about looking elegant and super refined. Every car they make has a smooth and expensive style that's like a piece of art. People often see their cars as symbols of beauty. They're also famous for creating some of the most stunning sports cars worldwide. Since 1964, the iconic Aston Martin DB5 has been closely linked with Sir Sean Connery's James Bond, and it even appeared in the recent film No Time to Die. But owning this classic British car doesn't come cheap. It's not only rare, but also one of the most legendary cars from Britain. The price of the Aston Martin DB5 has surged a remarkable 790 times since its debut. Its fame in popular culture, especially in the James Bond series, has contributed to its high value. This distinctive car was manufactured from 1963 to 1965 and was designed to catch attention. With time, its allure grows only stronger, making it a captivating piece of history. Number 1. Porsche. Porsche cars have a long history of being seen as a symbol of wealth and status. People who value long-standing family wealth and heritage might be drawn to a Porsche because it represents a blend of classic design and modern engineering. Driving a Porsche can also feel like a statement of being part of an exclusive club, one that appreciates the finer things in life. These cars are not just about getting from one place to another, they're about making a statement and showing off a certain level of refinement. So, when it comes to old money cars, Porsche is often one of the top contenders. That's why the Porsche 911 is known as one of the world's most iconic cars, and the old money elites seem to love it, thanks to its performance and elegance. This car has been the center of the Porsche brand, and taking a look at the tradition and continuity of this line, we remember the old money and their love for originality, continuity, and tradition. The 911 philosophy extends across the Porsche series, like the Cayenne and the Panorama, showcasing continuity. With 820,000 units, it stands as the world's most successful sports car, maintaining timeless elegance and style through updating in technology. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to click the like and subscribe buttons to see more about these timeless beauties. I'll catch you in the next video.